Hey there, it's GerbSims, and today we're gonna make a terrarium. We're gonna make something like a terrarium. Of course, this is going to be yet another, it's not like a not functional object because it would look really cool in the game, but you can't really do much with it. You can view it and just be happy it's there. I don't know, if you have a sim that likes the outside or bugs or creepy things or a kiddo, something like that, this is going to be a really sweet little room. So I'm making a 3x2 room that you can place in your build from the gallery. So this is not something that has to be an entire lot. This can go in any house that you'd like, and it's actually really sweet. So the first thing I did, as you can see, is I went into debug and I got all of the bugs. I got all of debugs. Oh my god, I'm so funny. And I sized down the actual siren. Hello. I sized down the actual tanks that they're in, or terrariums that they're already in. And when you go into play mode, you can see that the bugs still populate, they'll still move, but the terrarium will just be smaller. So I'm going to use tool to make it as small as it can basically be, and then you won't be able to see it. You'll just have the bug left over. So once I got all those out, you can see I'm making the habitat, and I'm using this awesome display case, which once you could leave it like this, but because there's going to be some stuff overlapping underneath it, I'm going to put some cabinets in front of it and just make it a fun little bug area. So I knew I wanted some bigger logs and some bigger pieces that I could perch the butterflies upon. So you can see that I'm working with those right now. I tried out so many different logs and trees and sticks and things, but as you can see with this object right here, the lighting for some reason is so odd. I could not figure out a way with any lights to make it work. So I end up taking that out, and everything I did had to kind of pass that lighting test. Additionally, whenever I do terrariums, and I've done things like this before, I always add a heat lamp. So I want there to be some red light coming into it, and so sometimes when I get a little bit farther, I'll start play testing that by going into live mode and changing the color of the lamps. So I'm coming to the kind of finishing touches on the actual flora inside of the terrarium. I'm in debug now. I'm getting some bigger things, and now I'm going to place the fabulous butterflies. So the first butterfly had to obviously go on the top of that log, and I wanted to have more than one, so I got another one of a complementary color. And then I'm looking at this mantis, which I love it when you go into live mode. It blinks its big eyes really big, and it's so sweet. And then I have ladybugs. So they're supposed to be crawling around, but they kind of just look like they're swarming, and so I incorporated those as well. So now I've decided to make this kind of like a terrarium area. Wow, I'm just really funny. So I have the big tank, I have a frog tank, and then I grabbed this debug jar and just put one butterfly in it, and it ended up being a huge pain in the butt. But I'm glad I did it. I think it ends up really cute, and it gave me an idea to just put like a small one of these in kids' rooms with just a butterfly or some lightning bugs or something like that. It's just a really sweet, tiny clutter piece that I think would be really sweet in a bunch of different builds. So I have an idea for part 2 of this video, and that's why I chose this big statue to come in. So this is a terrarium, and we're going to make another terrarium in a future video, and let me know what you think it's going to be. But I had to incorporate some different objects once I decided what part 2 was going to be. Oh my god, picking the log, picking what the butterfly was gonna stand on took me hours and hours. I'm like picking a tree, I'm trying to turn it, but all of the branches were coming out weird, and I was trying to figure out all this stuff, and then I ended up at the end going into the pet section, and I guess you'll see what happens. And also for part 2 of my video, I wanted to make sure that I had a small water source, and this table kind of simulated that. I put another bug terrarium on the ground. I covered up the bottom. I was going to cover the orange on top because it's so ugly, but I really couldn't figure out a way to do that, and just cut my losses. It looks fine the way it is. And so now you can see I found a hanging light that I wanted to use that gives that red glow of the heat lamp. And I'm just putting some more finishing touches. I just wanted it to be a little room that you could just put in your build and not have to add anything to. There, that's what I ended up using. The cat scratch post, also a butterfly perch. Just so you know, they should write that in the description. And then I have some hanging plants and just some little things that make the space look more messy, scientific. I don't know. Do you know of a sim? Do you have a sim that would like a place like this? It's chaotic. I don't know. I think it turns out really cute. Here are the screenshots. And it's just so fun to watch in live mode because it's a dynamic room and you don't even have to have a sim in it. It just moves itself and it is so glorious. Like I said, this is a 3x2 room in the gallery. You can place it in your house and tell your stories. If you do, take pictures, send them to me. I would love to see them. And I hope you enjoyed this build and this video. It was a blast to make, and I cannot wait to show you part 2, so keep an eye out. If you did enjoy this video and you like what you're seeing, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and make sure you turn on that notification bell. Find me on all of the social medias by searching GerbSims. And if you haven't had enough, join me on Twitch. I stream Sims 3 times a week, mental health and social justice once a week, and I hope to see you there. Until next time, live your best life and be your best self. Bye!